This is the All Effin' Wrestling Show.
We got a show.
We got a show.
Coming to you live from the FN Worldwide Media Studios, located in parts unknown. It's the All Effin' Wrestling Show with your host, Canada Dry and the JFB.
Guten Tag, good morning, good afternoon. When I see you tonight for dinner, how you doing?
Can I just say, I absolutely love ladder match and just that. I just love our intro song. It's just, it gets in my groove every single time.
I feel it right here, right in my cockles.
And you finally got your shirt, right?
I got my shirt, yes. We'll talk more about that, of course.
And speaking of shirts, we're going to give away the Natalia Markova Badass with a great ass shirt. She's got a special message, and she's the one picking, so we'll find out who it is.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a surprise. I don't know who it might be. It could be anybody at this point. So this is the All Effin' Wrestling Show. I am your pile driving, axe grinding, baddest man in the whole damn town. I'm the JFB, James from Boston.
And just like every Oreo has a creamy filling, I am that creamy filling. I am the patron saint of professional wrestling, blessing you every single morning. Touch your screen, receive your blessing today. I'm Canada Dry, damn it.
Oh, Canada Dry goes down smooth.
We're going to talk about nothing until nothing is enough. Not only that, we're going to talk about all the effing wrestling.
All of the effing wrestling.
Not some of the effing wrestling, all of the effing wrestling.
So before we get started, of course, we have the news. But yeah, we have the news. Let's go into the news really quickly. Intern, hit the music.
From the four corners of the globe, from our studios to your home, this is FNN, the FN News Network, starring Canada Dry and the JFB.
Happy Sunday morning. It is the FN News Network. God, that stuff goes down.
You really got to wash this mug. It's just... Oh, here we go. Bob's up. You really got to have a clean mug for this.
Yeah, you got to have a clean mug. You have to.
Got to have a clean mug, just like your clean mug right here.
Yeah.
So... This is the news, so I'm going to bring you a special random fact of the day.
Yeah, what is your random fact of the day?
Well, fact of the week, I guess. We're not.
Yeah, fact of the week.
We do this once.
You only do this once a week.
So here's something interesting. Did you know?
Yeah.
That in Switzerland, it is against the law to only own one guinea pig.
Really?
So you got to own two or more.
Well,
the reason for this is it's animal cruelty because science has revealed that guinea pigs are very social animals, and it's considered animal cruelty to leave them alone by themselves.
So for those who want to know, Under the Learning Tree, brought to you by Raoul's Wild Kingdom on UHF Channel 62. Did you know that turtles are nature's suction cups? Oh, yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, and pools can fly.
So remember, two guinea pigs. Buy two guinea pigs if you're
buy two guinea pigs. UHF 62, where all the hits are played 24.
We got a bunch of comments here. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see what we got going on. I'm sure we got some hellos and good mornings.
Okay. Well, where to go? Comments. There we go. News.
Yeah, we were going to mention that Bobby Fulton is in the hospital. He is one hell of a wrestler. plain and simple, that guy, the Midnight Express was the opposite of the Rock and Roll Express. They were the two greatest tag team feuds of all time. What's up, Joseph Graham? How you doing? So if you can, say some prayers for Bobby Newman Company. Good morning, good afternoon to you. Heaven, good afternoon.
This is actually Mega Moo. Mega Moo really.
Oh, Mega Moo. All right. Mega Moo. Woo. So let's get to the news really quickly. Oh, hey, Mercury, how you doing? We'll thank your friend Mars for hooking us up.
And Mega Moo says, that shirt is mine, damn it.
He sure is mine. It might be. We don't know who won. She didn't tell us. She posted the video and said, do not play it. So we didn't play it. We have no idea who it is. So the first bit of news, Becky Lynch says to Brian Gewirtz on his podcast that her and Seth Rollins, Bremo kicks Canada Dry's butt. I don't know about that. Canada Dry, he's got an ass harder than a frying pan. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to kick that ass.
You know, I got buns of steel, baby. Woo!
So she said to Brian Gewirtz that her and Seth Rollins usually have freedom for promos. She talked about having the equity, being in the ring for that many years. So Becky Lynch says that her and Seth Rollins have a little freedom when it comes to their promos. For those who did not know, because you don't go to Raw or SmackDown, and a dark match on Raw, Brandy Rhodes wrestled in a dark match. So the expectation is she's coming to the main roster and on TV really soon.
The brakes on that, you know, because we saw Davey Boy Smith Jr. on dark matches lots, and he never, you know,
that's true.
They don't let him do anything.
But it's Cody's wife. And Cody is the mainstay of that show right now. So there's a good chance we can see her. For those who are familiar in the podcast wrestling world, Conrad Thompson, who basically hosts 98% of the wrestling podcasts on the internet, with the exception of us. And Conrad, you're always more than welcome to come on our show. I know you watch. You're an avid watcher. You're more than welcome to come on here and talk to it. Conrad Thompson filed a trademark for a long-gone promotion called Southwest Championship Wrestling. No word as to what the expectation is. I would like to see Canada Dry versus Becky Lynch. Southwest Championship Wrestling ran from about 78 to 85. I don't know what Conrad's doing, but I mean, an independent promotion with Conrad Thompson, who is a huge wrestling fan. He's a wrestling nerd.
So this is a defunct promotion he wants to bring back.
He wants to bring it back.
Adrian Adonis was the world champion there.
He was, yeah. I mean, it was a nice, small, little promotion, but it'll be interesting to see what he does with it. DDP was actually approached by Ric Flair to be his opponent in his last match. DDP declined. I think that would have been an interesting match because
it's interesting because Ricky the Dragon was on Dynamite.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the people are like, dude, I'm not supporting this. I'm just not supporting this. And that's why
it's interesting. I like DDP. You know, you got to remember DDP didn't get started until late in his career. In his late 30s is when he started wrestling. So, I mean, he's in great shape. If you've watched promos or if you've done DDP workout, the guy's yoked. I mean, that guy still got gas in the tank. I think he would have been.
He's not running on fumes like Ric Flair. He's got a full tank.
Ric Flair's running on ethanol fumes and vodka.
Blackheart right now.
Santos Escobar, who lost on Tuesday to Tony D'Angelo, there's a good chance we could see him on the main roster. The match on NXT was for the loser leaves NXT. Escobar lost, so there's a good chance we could see his faction coming up into the main roster.
See Santos Escobar on the main. I like the name Santos Escobar. I like Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar.
Just in case you wanted any more Vince news, we got it. Here we go. New York Times and the Wall Street Journal both said that the WWE board of directors found that Vince McMahon paid $5 million of corporate money to the Trump charity that's currently under investigation in the state of New York.
No, he's probably the only person in that money giveaway that he didn't pay to have sex with, or did he?
Oh, yeah. There's a unification match this Wednesday between obviously between CM Punk and Jon Moxley, which we talked about on Dynamite After Dark on Wednesday. Very unusual that this should have been in All Out, and there's a good chance that there's going to be a schmoz finish. Neither one is going to win, and then they're going to do it again at All Out,
which would be like the first for AEW in its existence.
Yes, and the interesting part is, who do you think is going to be involved with the schmoz? Both of us know who it is. We have a feeling it's one of the great heels that's working in wrestling today, which is, could be. I mean, he's on our list. So, and no, it's not Christian. It is not Christian. So let's talk about CM Punk. He's in a lot of hot water. So Punk's comments about Paige were a shoot. It stems from a promo that Paige did a few months back before he dropped the belt to Punk, which stems from comments and the firing of Colt Cabana. And then Punk had to have a meeting with Tony Khan about his attitude.
I love the line, the apology better be as loud as the disrespect. I'm making this my life motto.
Yes.
I feel like Colt Cabana, the dysfunction and letting the contract expire. I believe that created a rift in AEW.
Yeah.
And the Elite are now kind of maybe pushing against CM Punk, and it's Tony better get a hold of this. It's not the time for this.
Well, it's funny because he, obviously everything goes through Tony Khan. There's no doubt about it. And he's got to get the reins on this, because when the inmates run the hen house or they run the prison, look at WCW, look at ECW, look at TNA. I mean, when you have the wrestlers running the book and are running the storylines, you start having major issues and you lose control. And
if I was Tony Khan,
pull the reins back,
I would remove Kenny Omega. I'd remove the Young Bucks as EVPs. I would just have them as strictly wrestlers.
Yeah. When
their career ends, maybe they can resume that, but they should just be wrestlers.
I agree. Well, it's funny because Eric Bischoff said on 83 Weeks that Tony Khan books like a 14-year-old.
Oh, surprise.
I don't know why Eric Bischoff has a wild hair up his ass about AEW.
I guess he wants an apology that's as loud as the disrespect.
He does. It's so weird. He's just such an oddball. And of course, we like to end the news with some good news. Wrestlers running the asylum. At Liam Wakeland, you have hit the nail right on the head, my friend.
Some say he's a magician or something. Like
he's woof, poof, and it's there.
Here, poof
goes up. Shawn Michaels has been promoted to the Senior Vice President of Talent Development and Creative. So he is working directly under Triple H, which is interesting because for years, everybody said the Clique was running WWE in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. Now, literally half the Clique is, or at least, at least half the Clique is running WWE right now as we speak. Triple H obviously being head of creative and talent. Shawn Michaels being the senior vice president. I like it. I mean, Shawn Michaels.
We talked about this on Wrestling with the Paranormal.
Yeah.
Breaking news here for, if you didn't watch the show.
Yeah.
If that episode of Wrestling with the Paranormal gets 100 views, Liam Wakeland will sing a song for 1 full minute.
I love it. All right. So youtube.com/FN Wrestling. Look up the Wrestling with the Paranormal. At some point, we are going to get 100 views. And at some point, Wakeland is going to do something crazy. So if you want to see him do something crazy, go and watch it. All you got to do is watch it. That's it. That's all you have to do. All right. So we are done with the news. And before we get to the main event, we have a joke. I love our joke of the week. And this one is brought by Bree Mode herself. Here is Joke of the Week.
Good morning, everyone. It is Bree Mode, and I was just watching this awesome origami wrestling show yesterday, and guess where it was on? Pay-per-view.
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 How would origami wrestling even work? Do you have like a little paper crane versus like one of those
X-Wing fighter
fortune teller things? Remember little fortune teller things that you had to pick a number, pick a color?
Oh yeah. Then
you find out who you're gonna marry. Oh my goodness.
Where you gonna live? It was awesome. Guys, if you have a joke of the week, bring it to us. The JFB, you can bring the Canada Dry. Bree is all over F1 Wrestling this week. She rocks. We love Bree Mode big time. She is a huge friend of the show.
And Liam says, what have I signed up for? And
let's just put it this way. At some point, you're going to be juggling bowling balls on fire on camera live stream.
And Led Disciple George Penning says, first 100 views, we get Liam doing a backflip.
It's turning into Circus of the Stars. All right, so before we get to the main event, I think it's time for us to find out who actually won the badass with a great ass shirt. And so we asked Natalia to announce it. Natalia, take it away.
Hello, this is Natalia Markova. So I looked at names for the Badass with a Great Ass t-shirt challenge, and the winner is Josh DeCamp. Congratulations.
Josh DeCamp, you have won the Badass with a Great Ass. Holy cow, that is awesome, man. Josh DeCamp. Yeah,
not only that, it's autographed.
It's autographed, yes. It is autographed by Natalia Markova, who is the face, by the way, of F1 Wrestling.
The
so
face that runs the place.
Yeah, we'll reach out to you. We'll find out who you are, or where you live. Of course, we know who you are, Josh DeCamp. You're part of AFW, but we know where you live too. I know.
And what's nice is that now you have that video of Natalia Markova blowing you a kiss.
Yeah, and we'll send you a copy of that video as well, so you can play it for your friends at Thanksgiving and Christmas. So with that being said, I think it's time for us to get into our main event of the evening. If you will. Main event! Intern, hit the music.
Gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
And Josh DeCamp is watching.
Josh DeCamp, you have won, brother. We will, Canada Dry will reach out to you. I'll reach out to you. One of us will reach out to you. We'll touch you in ways that you are not comfortable with, and we will go ahead and send you that shirt via snail mail, FedEx, UPS. Canada Dry will fly his little polo jumper. We'll get it to you. We'll airdrop it.
Well, Natalia Markova is actually sending it because we paid her the money, and she's going to send it. So
all right, good for us. So she'll send it to you via. She'll fly in the puddle jumper and she'll airdrop it right onto your
knock on your door and actually hand deliver it.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Maybe for a future giveaway, we can do that. Maybe it would be a date night with Natalia.
Okay, that would be fixed. I'd have to win.
Yeah, that would be fixed. You were out. Yeah.
But how did Canada Dry win this thing?
It's all random, guys. It really is all random. All right, so our main event, a few months ago, we talked about the greatest heels of all time. And we were trying to figure out, what we wanted to do this week and what was going to fit the flow. And I can't wait. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Josh. You're welcome. So we decided, well, we talked about them in the past, and we talked about some of the greats. What if we talked about the guys who are doing the dirty business today, right now as we speak? And that's when we came up and formulated our top 10 list. After name calling, crying, sweating, cursing, throwing objects at a TV, that was the JFB.
Well, we even had one part of the list that we just couldn't settle it. So
we split.
We split it right down the middle, and we gave each other the finger, and then we moved on.
Then we hugged and we became
logo,
So here we go. This is the top 10 heels of all time. This is an effing top 10 list. Let's start with number 10, Malachi Black. Is there anyone on the AEW roster that exemplifies being a heel than Malachi Black? From his occultist way of approaching his gimmick to his entrance and attire, screams villainous heel. Yet the one glaring issue is that the fans are all about being on his side. His leadership with House of Black and his ability to just come out of nowhere and kick a man out cold puts him firmly on this list at numero 10. Canada Dry, talk about Malachi Black, if you will.
Okay, so the reason he's number 10 is because people love him.
Yeah.
And when you're a heel, you got to have that heat.
Yeah.
And he doesn't quite have that heat, but he's a villain. He sprays people in the face and they turn heel. So he just made the list. Just.
Yeah.
And, I love the mist thing.
Oh, yeah.
I love the paint on the face.
Yeah.
I love the darkened eyes, and everyone else gets their eyes darkened. It's great.
Yeah. He is a great heel. I got turned on to him on Progress. I had a friend that I met through the Taz show, and he would send me Progress DVDs, and I'd send them back. And he, as Tommy N, he was just freaking phenomenal. You're right. His gimmick works so well with his heel persona, Liam. He should be number one. Well, you would be surprised on who number one is. Actually, you shouldn't be surprised. But Malachi Black, he's just, he's the heel that fans like. And that kind of put him a little bit further back.
Are you being turned on by Malachi Black? Is that what's happening?
I am neither, I'm not going to agree or deny.
No
I like
comment.
Malachi.
No comment, damn it.
Yeah, no comment. I'm taking the fifth on this one. So let's go to our number 9. And number 9 is Sammy Callahan. This man is a badass heel and as nasty as any heel on this list. Sammy every day chooses violence and has been this way since his days on the Indies and NXT. As one of the top heels on Impact, one only has to watch his program a few years ago with Eddie Edwards, and then that's all you really need to understand the psychology of what makes a great heel. Always dangerous, especially when it comes to having a bat in hand. No face or heel is truly ever safe from Sammy Callahan. I am a huge Sammy Callahan fan. He is just a violent. He reminds you of Nick Gage without the massive amounts of blood and the pizza cutter. So wax poetic about Sammy Callahan from Impact.
Okay, to make a good heel, you got to do heelish things. He does that.
Yeah.
You mentioned the bat to Eddie's head.
Yeah.
But what really makes a good heel is the conviction that you deliver a promo with. And it doesn't matter what you're saying, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
And Sammy has that pronunciation. He has that. It just has the it factor when he talks.
Yes.
And just like Roddy Piper had it and all the other, Adrian had it. Just like all the other wrestlers, you got, when you talk, you have to believe it.
Absolutely.
I believe it with Sammy.
I love Sammy Callahan. I know Liam said he should be a lot higher. The only reason why he's not any higher on this list is because he's on Impact. And Impact has only 400,000. Yeah, it's 400,000 people can even get AXS or Access TV.
If he was in WWE or AEW, he's right near the top.
Yeah, yeah. If he was in a bigger promotion, he'd be right up there in the top 4, top 3. But him being on Impact and a lot of people not getting eyes on that product kind of is what dropped him down on the list. So let's go to our number 8. We are, of course, talking about The Miz. Tell me a time when The Miz wasn't one of the top heels in WWE. I mean, he was a shit heel on the Real World and Real World Road Rules Challenge. That's easy to say. Even when he first appeared on WWE programming, he exemplified what makes a good heel. I mean, shit, even when he plays a face, he's a dickhead face. Everything about him screams a shit heel, and he's one of the few wrestlers that you love to see get punched in the face. Outside of that, with multiple championships, he is one of the most successful heels in the game today. Canada Dry, talk about The Miz, if you will.
Okay, so I don't like The Miz. But that goes to say that he's doing a hell of a job.
Yeah.
I've never watched him outside of anything WWE. Like, I haven't watched him on his show, his reality show.
Yeah.
I've just watched him on WWE TV. And you just love to hate him. And the fact that he didn't work so well as a face shows that he's a natural born heel. And he does a great job. Gets under your skin, gets his ass kicked. He's one of the best at being a heel.
Yeah. I mean, you watch his, I watch his reality show, and it's a fun, loving relationship between him and Maurice. Obviously, it's reality TV, which is not really reality to begin with. AJ Styles says he is the best heel. I there's no doubt about it.
He's up there.
But you look at his marriage to Maurice, who also happens to be one of the top female heels of all time. It's just he like literally you enjoy watching him get his ass kicked.
And that's the job of the heel, to make the fans feel justified that righteousness won.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what makes The Miz so great. And, he would surely be a lot higher on this list if it was earlier or midway through his career. I think, not saying he's on the back end of his career, but, he's definitely on.
When you watch a movie and you see an actor play the role of a villain, you just enjoy it. You like, wow, I really got sucked in and saw him. And, Heath Ledger, his last ever job as the Joker, everyone praises that. And that's the job of an actor. That's the job of a wrestler to portray that. And Miz does it well.
Yeah, Miz does it good. So let's get to our number 7. This is where we split. This is the chasm, if you will, the continental divide between me.
Not the intercontinental.
Not intercontinental, just a continental divide between me and Canada Dry. And that is this: Serena Deeb and Charlotte Flair at number 7.
Okay, so you say your bit on Serena Deeb. I'll say my bit on Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
We'll talk about why we argued about it.
So here we go. Serena Deeb, for almost her entire career, has been one of the most prolific heels between either men or women. She's a female version of Bret Hart. She has the ability to snap any move she wants on any given time, and the ability to apply as much damage as possible makes her the greatest female heel of all time. I also love the way that she taunts and toys with her opponents. That is why I picked Serena Deeb as the best heel at number 7. Canada Dry, waste my time and talk about Charlotte, damn it.
Okay, so I don't like Charlotte.
I know.
I hate her.
This is a surprise.
The fact that I'm arguing for Charlotte makes me sick to my stomach. I hate Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
I don't like her. But the fact that I hate her so much means that she's over.
Yeah.
She's doing her job. She's making me hate her, and that's all she needs to do. That smug smile she does, I want to slap her across the face. I'm like, I hate you, Auntie Flair. I call her Auntie Flair. She just looks like someone's aunt out there. We really argued about this, and we came with the compromise. You pick yours, I pick mine, but Both very, very good heels right now. Like, I love the professor gimmick with Serena Deeb.
Yeah.
It's such a great, like, I love it. But
Yeah.
I hate Flair, so I got to go with who I hate. That's what a heel's job is. You know what I don't like? Is
What's that?
cool heels.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of cool heels
Don't
either.
be a cool heel. Just be an ass. And, Jericho, he still gets some cheers, but he's a jackass.
Yeah, he's from Winnipeg, you idiot. I mean, he's just a jerk when it is appropriate. He does a great job. I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree. I like Charlotte Flair. I like her as a heel. Let's face facts. She learned from the dirtiest player in the game. She learned from her father how to be an effective heel. She has a great way of cutting promos. Plain and simple, but she's still early in her career. I mean, she still has lots of years, a decade.
Joseph Graham says Flair has go away heel heat for me.
Yeah, I mean, she's great, but Serena Deeb is just nasty.
Okay, so while we have this here, I like this noob comment here. Check out Charlotte on the Broken Skull sections with Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Now, she claimed that dropping the belt was by accident.
Yeah, that's what she claims.
But they showed a clip of her dropping it. It's that finger roll at the end.
Yeah.
Like, dramatics and it's like, yeah, by accident. If you're dropping it, you're trying to pick it up as you're dropping it, not just finger rolling.
Exactly. I have not seen it, but I will watch it just because I think outside of the ecosystem of WWE, she is a great interview. I mean, I've listened to her on podcasts and stuff, and she really is. She's very, she's very engaging to talk to, and she's got a lifetime of wrestling between her father and herself. It didn't look like an accident, but I mean, you gotta play the angle at some point, I guess. So let's go to our number 6. Number 6, we are talking about Christian. Now, while the majority of his career was either as a babyface or second banana to guys like Edge and Kurt Angle, even his somewhat heel run in TNA Impact was cringeworthy at times. Then when he got to AEW, the expectation was he would be a gentle giant and babyface for his run. And then came the expected, not the unexpected, the expected turn against Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. What should have been a yawner turned out to be some of his best work as either a heel or a face. The fact that he quipped nonstop about Jungle Boy's dad to flat out refusal to locking up with either of them makes him an outstanding shit heel. His heel work today is freaking amazing. Canada Dry, talk about Christian Cage.
Okay, so Christian Cage, nothing he's ever done has really stuck with me.
Yeah.
They always had him as the guy who couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah.
The guy who, just this creepy, even with this Stone Cold gimmick, creepy little bastard. It's like you're putting him down.
Yeah.
You're not letting him flourish. And I feel like the chains are off and Christian can be the best Christian he can be as a villain.
Yeah.
And I just love that the chains are off. And I know we talked about it on Dynamite After Dark.
Yeah.
But I love that segment. I love the backtracking, the sliminess, trying to get Jungle Boy back on his side, and then the beatdown. I love that whole segment.
Yeah, I personally I hated his run in TNA, and especially as a heel, it was very short lived. But I think what happened was, best thing that Christian has done is get out Edge's shadow. I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. But his TNA run was just atrocious. They brought him in thinking that Christian was going to be a main event guy and was going to be a champion, and the fans didn't buy it.
I like this comment by Joseph. That turtleneck
The-
is the icing on the
yeah,
cake.
that turtleneck.
It
Yeah,
as it pushes him over the. It's just the.
he looks
wears
like
the
a
turtleneck.
freaking James Bond villain when he wears the jacket with the turtleneck. He looks like a James Bond villain. But his TNA run was atrocious, and I think what happened was I think that really that shattered his I think that shattered his ability.
Well, he was world champion there, though.
He was, but he was a horrible champion. I think the problem was it really shattered his ego to admitting that he wasn't on par with your other world champions, and maybe that's why he didn't get the rub. And I think any run after that has been kind of mediocre. And
well, even his world championship run with WWE was like they had him lose right away.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I mean, and the expectation I had going into him coming to AEW was it was just going to be a bland run, and for the most part, it kind of was. He played second banana to the Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, and then when he turned on them, which everybody saw and we knew it was coming, his promo work is just flipping phenomenal.
And just the long game. I love the long game. It's just like when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? You know it's gonna happen, but you just don't know when. And I think that's better than the surprise, anyways. The anticipation builds.
Yeah, at some point they're gonna lock up. Either Lucha is gonna side with Christian, or something's gonna happen. But right now, I want Christian Cage on the mic at all times, and I want him just cutting those promos, especially when he starts promoting about Jungle Boy's dad, Luke Perry, dying and is dead. It's just, you disappointed your father was just, it was icing on the cake.
It's credit to Jungle Boy here, allowing this to be okay with him.
Yeah.
You can't just say that without the other guy being like, it's okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go with it. We're going to make this the best we can. And
exactly.
That's pretty cool of Jungle Boy to allow that.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, obviously it's a tragedy. He lost his father. His father was extremely famous actor Luke Perry. He was on 90210, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But yeah, it was cool that he gave them the okay to go ahead and do that. So let's get to our number 5. We're in our top 5, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're in a recliner. Get ready to be knocked off your feet.
Recliner?
Will Ospreay, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think there is a more versatile wrestler on this list with the tenacity and moveset quite like Ospreay. From his start in Progress, he's always been the aerial assassin with the making of the blue-eyed baby face. When he transitioned to becoming when he became full-time for New Japan, it looked like he was the heir apparent to guys like Tanahashi and even Okada when he joined the Chaos faction. Then came the turn where he obliterated Okada and established himself as one of the top and most important heels in the game. He then created the heel stable United Empire, won the new IWGP World's Heavyweight Championship before being injured. Even while out of commission, he would constantly proclaim himself as the true IWGP champion. Go ahead and wax poetic about Will Ospreay.
Well, the first thing you think about Will Ospreay is not his heel ability.
Yeah.
The first thing you think about is his wrestling ability. And mix that in with a bit of heel tactics.
Yeah.
And it brings them up to the next level.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of Will Ospreay, but the Will Ospreay I have seen in AEW, he's a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He's a dick.
Well, I think what's really cool about Ospreay, and I think Liam will agree, and some of the others who follow New Japan, what's interesting is that he was all aerial. He was a spot monkey, and then when he went heel, he stopped doing the aerial assaults, and he just became known as the assassin, not the aerial assassin, but the assassin. And he went to more ground and pound shoot wrestling than he did.
Well, you know what I like about that is that when he does do those aerial things,
yeah,
it makes it more special.
Yeah, Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he's gone to ground and pound. He's becoming a shoot wrestler. His finishing move is the elbow to the back of the head. He's freaking awesome. I mean, the Oz Cutter is great, but yeah, his promo work also is freaking phenomenal for a heel. And he's got his own faction, and he's got Jeff Cobb, Great O'Khan. He's got some great workers that are working with him. I hope, in all honesty, that he stays heel for a while. I don't want to see him go face anytime soon. I like heel Ospreay better than face Ospreay.
I do as well. It's some guys, they just need to be heel, and Will Ospreay is one of them.
Absolutely. Dang nabbit. All right, let's go to our number 4. Here we go. Roman Reigns. I don't care what you think about Reigns. You need to acknowledge him as one of the best heels in wrestling today. Since his return from cancer, he has established himself as one of wrestling's top heels performing today. First was his ability to challenge his real cousins to join his stable by physically assaulting them. Then getting together with Paul Heyman, and that sealed the deal. No time passes when he doesn't find opportunities of using the Usos or Heyman as flesh and bone human shields and to do his dirty work. He even resorted to having his limiting his appearances, so that when he does grace a show with his appearance, he'll resort to the underhand tactics to retain his undisputed championship. He is doing some of the best work right now as a heel. There's a reason why he wears the T-shirt that says God Mode. He is a freaking beast. Talk about Roman Reigns. I know you're not a big fan, but talk about him.
I don't want Roman, but I think with Roman Reigns, they really wanted to push him as that baby face.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't working. Fans would be booing him. And because I feel like they felt the merch wouldn't be there if they turned him heel.
Yeah.
But the merch is there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Acknowledge Me, all those shirts, they're still selling like crazy.
Yeah.
The one thing I'd have to say about Roman Reigns, though, is he's a bit of a cool heel.
I will agree with that. Yeah.
Because of the merch. For me, when the merch isn't there, you don't worry about the merch.
Yeah.
Then that's when you're a really old school heel, and you say, I don't care if anyone buys my shit.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that matters. So yeah, I'm enjoying his Paul Heyman. I'm enjoying his God Mode and collecting those God rings. Like he's even got the Infinity Gauntlet glove.
I'll say this. I may or may not have a Roman Reigns t-shirt that says Acknowledge Me. I'm neither confirming nor denying it. I don't buy a lot of WWE merch, but if I was going to own a piece of Roman Reigns,
you own the shirt. Don't even lie.
I have the shirt. Damn it! Yes, I love Reigns as a heel. I hate him as a babyface. I hated him being forced down my throat. I wanted him to naturally come across, and he's more fit to be a heel than he is because he's got that swagger and he's got that cool factor, which is important. But you're right. I mean, he is a cool heel.
But if he was going to be a face, I would make him be that guy, the naturalness of himself.
Yeah.
Like when he came out and announced that he's Joseph and he's fighting cancer.
Yeah.
He was just so lovable.
Yeah.
And just like, but he's at the top level of anyone in wrestling right now. He's right up there.
He's an undisputed champion, and for good reason. So let's go to our numero 3. We're in the home stretch here, guys. Here we go. Chris Jericho.
You see that picture and you just start hearing the you are beautiful on the inside.
When you are creating the ultimate wrestling heel, certain things come to mind. You have to have a precise ability to use amazing moves, work the mic like a complete asshole while humiliating your opponent. Throw those things together in a blender, hit puree, and you'll get the guy from Winnipeg, you idiot. Jericho constantly changes his game and goes from one wild hair up his ass to another stupendous heel. He goes all out of his way to be the most detestable heel, whether it was the Inner Circle or the Jericho Appreciation Society. He is constantly the consummate heel of professional wrestling. Let's face facts. Jericho as a face sucks. I'm not a fan of him as a face. Him as a heel, though, there ain't nobody that's playing that game right now quite like Jericho. Wax poetic about Chris Jericho. Dang nabbit.
I do love Jericho as a face. I gotta admit, I love Jericho as a face because, that's why the heel is so good, because you want to love him.
Yeah,
you want to love him.
Yeah,
but he over his career, he's been way more heel than he's been face.
Yeah.
And that's why it makes those face turns so good, because he doesn't do it for very long.
Yeah.
But from Bob Barker, it's his feud with Bob Barker on Raw. Like everything he does is gold. Like the wizard bit he's doing now. I love the fire in the face because I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard.
Kind of laugh. And like his naming his stable, the Jericho Appreciation Society. That's ultimate heel right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, he does the game better than anyone on the face of the earth. He is the David Bowie of wrestling. You're right. He is a chameleon. He constantly changes all the time. And for example, he was Inner Circle was a heel faction. Then they start becoming a little bit more face, and Jericho moved that and pivoted so that it went to more of a face faction. And then he turns on them and creates the Jericho Appreciation Society because it's all about Jericho. And these guys are second bananas because they're there to appreciate Jericho. That's what it comes down to. He's playing it.
Would you join the Jericho Appreciation Society?
Oh, I'd join it in a heartbeat.
Because I'm already a member. You want to be a member right now?
I do.
Okay, you're in.
All right. I am now the 8th member of the Jericho Appreciation Society. The JFB says
both members.
Yeah,
you guys want in, let us know.
I'm from Boston, you idiot.
I'm from Vancouver, you idiot.
Damn it. All right, let's go to our number 2. We're in the final stretch, guys. Our number 2 is Seth freaking Rollins. I was never a huge Seth Rollins fan, regardless of his heel persona with the Shield, turning on the Shield and becoming one of Triple H's guys. His heel work never clicked for me. However, once he donned those furry jackets and those god ugly suits, I was in from the get-go, as if he transformed into this uber villain heel. Someone who just gets you pissed off for no reason at all. Between Cody and Riddle and the whole lot of baby faces he's terrorized, he has put in some of the best work, period.
Wax, you're in, Bree.
Yeah, Wax, I want to be Bree, you're a member of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Talk about Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. As a face, like I can't. He's got to for the rest. I think for the rest of his career, to really, really, he's got to be a heel. I don't like him as a face. Just like for the moment he turned on the Shield, you really saw his personality come out. Yeah, and creatively, you can do the most as a heel. It really takes a special person to be a good babyface, and maybe we'll have that on a future show. Kind of like the yin and yang. Yeah, but just his Joker, his Batman villain, character, just the laughing it, just like you just want to punch him in the nuts. Yeah, you want to give him a swift punch to the yam bags for sure. Yam bags. I mean, I don't think, with the exception of Roman Reigns, I don't think there's a better heel in WWE.
which, you know, obviously it says a lot about Vince and his leadership, because I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to see better heels in WWE with Triple H. I think he has the ability to really capture a person's personality and really run with it. And for me, I mean, Seth Rollins, like I said, since he's donned those ugly jackets and those horrible looking suits, he has been freaking phenomenal. I mean, yeah. You know,
I think Becky Lynch is kind of boring a bit from him with the way she's dressing.
Yeah, I mean, they're both dressed up like they're from like the 2040s with their space age eyewear and stuff like that. But
you know what I really hope they get rid of, though, in Seth freaking Rollins?
Is
Stop
the
freaking?
Yeah.
Just be Seth Rollins. Like,
yeah.
Jeez. Freaking?
Yeah. That's a Vince. You know that's a Vinceism.
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
Just drop the freaking.
Yeah. So we're ready for number one. Are you guys ready for number one?
Joseph Graham is.
We all know who number one is.
He knows who it is.
You gotta be living under a rock or in a cave, because number one is, of course, MJF. I have always loved the villains, be it in movies, TVs, or wrestling. I have loved them unconditionally. They have only one rule to follow, and that's to drive the hero insane. In wrestling, it's the same way. Heels don't follow any rules. If you hate the heel, want to punch or stab or even shoot the heel, he or she's done their job. There is no one doing the best heel work in the business today than MJF. He's sniveling, he's cowardice, he's slimy, and he cheats. You either love his work or you hate him with all your soul, but regardless, he's exactly what he is paid to do. What puts him on this list as number one is that he keeps it kayfabe 100% of the time, whether it's pretending to hump a beloved statue in a Pittsburgh airport, flipping middle fingers at kids at meet and greets, or cutting amazing promos. MJF has what it takes to possibly go down as the greatest heel of all time. Go ahead and wax poetic about MJF.
I don't know if you guys know this, but MJF retweeted us when we welcomed what was his name, the Varsity Blonde, Brian Pillman Jr. When we welcomed Brian Pillman Jr. as a signed contract to AEW, he retweeted us and said, "God no." And that is our largest tweet we've ever had retweeted. It's like there's like so many people. There was like thousands and thousands of people that it just went viral. MJF is old school.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about this earlier on the show, is everyone wants to be that cool heel. Everyone wants to, you know, MJF doesn't care if he's cool. He just wants you to hate him.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate goal. And he does whatever lengths he has to make you hate him. Now, he was getting cheers on his last promo, so he's going to do something to make you hate him again.
Oh, he will. I mean, you know he will. I mean, let's be honest. Any person that flips off an 8-year-old kid getting an autograph and wants a picture taken with MJF is number one in my books. Alex Haney, who makes these polls. Listen, if you don't watch it, I'm going to start calling you at 3 a.m. every freaking day. Yeah, I mean, MJF, he flips off little kids. He got behind and started humping the Franco statue at the Pittsburgh airport.
Franco they have a guard there now?
They have a guard. It's partitioned off and has a security guard because
that is now someone has a job because of MJF.
Yes, he's creating jobs. He is the job creating villain in heel.
Jobs than Trump.
He's better than Trump. He's at 100%. He's at 100% job approval rating. You know, the fact and what makes it even better is his parents frequently get on and talk about how much they hate their son. He does. You're right, Liam. He pushes boundaries with his promos, and the fact that he's from Long Island and he still gets booed. Like the last time they were in Strong Island, they were clapping, and then he cuts a heel promo, and half the fans start booing. That's how good he is. He's a hometown hero that people hate.
Okay, MJF, what is your favorite MJF segment?
Dinner Debonair.
I was gonna say Dinner Debonair. And most people know that's him singing.
Yeah,
both of them singing. Jericho went all like that sort of crony sort of sound, but MJF's a good singer.
he's got some chops. He's got some vocal cords, my friend. But yeah, I mean, you can't deny the fact that right now in wrestling, MJF. Answer this: when Cornette said everything MJF said and got hate, when he said it was the greatest promo ever. Hypocrites. To me, Allegheny, anything that he does is freaking gold. His promo against Pillman, you're right, Liam, was freaking phenomenal. His work shoot promo where he kept telling Tony Khan to fire him, gold. His promos leading up to his fight with Punk in the dog collar match was brilliant. The best one was the promos that and the matches he set up against Jericho. Before Jericho could touch MJF, he had to go through Hoovy and Nick Gage and all these other people to get to MJF. That's a heel. That's what heels do. They create obstacles for the hero. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. All right, that is our top 10
bagel, not toasted.
Yeah. That's our 5. That's our show. MJF number 1. If you don't agree with it, too bad. Send all your hate tweets to Conrad Thompson. Send them to us, because I'll just reply on Twitter and Facebook with a big middle finger saying, "You do your own show, damn it." There's an earthquake happening in Vancouver. So that's our show, guys. We appreciate every single person who comes out, interacts with us, leaves comments. We wouldn't exist without you guys. We would have hung this up months ago, years ago, if it wasn't for you guys and your support. Guys like the Wrestling with the Truth, Ted the Hillbilly Heel, Liam, Joseph Graham, you name it. The guys who support us, listen to the pod.
Is very loyal.
Yeah.
And now Bree Mode. Everyone who's watching right now, thank you. Alex Haney, that salty son of a bitch.
Yeah. Even you, I think, Mr. Haney, I think. So if you're wondering where to get in touch with us, where you can find us, we are all over social media. We are all over social media like a diaper rash, damn it. You can find us.
What the hell is this?
I don't know. You can find us at effingwrestling.com. If you scroll down to the very bottom, there's a whole list of little icons. Those lead to all our social media. Our social media, the podcast social media on Twitter, Facebook, AFW. If you want to be part of the Prediction League, season 3 is coming up really soon, and we would love
message Dallas for that. He'll get you signed up. He'll let you know about all the rules and everything. So
yeah, it's really fun. It's you can win championships. You get points. You can store your points. Become a Hall of Famer for AFW. It's a lot of fun. You get to cut promos. You get to be in character. It is tons of fun. I would not have it.
We got a lot of prizes for season 3 as well.
We got surprises.
Yeah,
we can't tell you what they are.
We got surprises of prizes.
We have surprises in a box, wrapped in a surprise box with another surprise box covered in secret sauce. That's how we have it.
Sauce.
Yeah, secret sauce. So you go to fnwrestling.com, find all our links and logos. We have a new section on the FN Wrestling website, and that is the Natalia Markova, where you can go ahead and see her. We'll keep updated with her shows, her appearances, what she's going to be doing, all that other fun stuff. So like I said, fnwrestling.com / fnwrestling.com. That's it. We have t-shirts. If you want to get some swag and show off your love for FN Wrestling, we have shirts. The All Effin' Wrestling
So
Show
this
tee.
right here is being someone's been stealing it. We've sent a cease and desist letter, and so just because we're really sending a message, it should be approved on Monday.
Yeah.
We got a cease and desist shirt exactly like this.
Yep.
Exact same logo, just says cease and desist instead of the All Effin' Wrestling.
So you can find all our tees on prowrestlingtees.com/effin' wrestling. That's where you can get all your swag. We have AFW swag. We have the Natalia Markova fan club tee. We have it all. We have the All Effin' Wrestling Show. We have it all. If you're a fan of old school wrestling and you like Adrian Adonis, because we both do, you can go to prowrestlingtees.com/Adrian Adonis, where you can get all your Adrian Adonis tees. We were promoted by Pro Wrestling Tees on a tweet about that as well. That we have the Adrian Adonis. We run it. We are fans of his. It's a privilege for us to do it for his family, for his wife and his daughter, Angie. So we love doing it. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, prowrestlingtees.com. You can go youtube.com/effin' wrestling. All our links are also in our streaming on YouTube as well. If you go and listen to the podcast on Mondays, leave us a 5-star review. We'll read it on the air. We'll thank you. Shout out to all the other podcasts that give us shout outs week in and week out. Thank you, Joseph Graham. We love having these shows. If it wasn't for you, Joseph Graham, showing up every day, every week, we would have said, gone. So with that being said,
Aaron eats
Aaron eats hairbo with a knife and fork. What? Are you talking about the gummy bears, the hairbo? Because I have some. They're in my freezer. That's how I like to eat them.
Next week, he's going to eat a couple on the air with a knife and fork.
Yes, just to be a bastard. All right, so Hulk Hogan, was he surprised that even though he's not really wrestling, that he wasn't a current heel wrestler on our list?
No, actually, I don't know if you saw, but Natalia Markova and Brian Idol, they brought the wrestler Tiger. I forget his name. What is Tiger Lee?
Yeah, Tiger Lee. Yeah.
They brought him to Hulk Hogan's, and they all kind of sat and chit-chatted. And so this is actually really good for us because Hulk Hogan is a step closer to coming on the show. He told Natalia, I love those guys at All Effin' Wrestling. They're always talking about me. And Natalia passed that on to us. So, that's going to get Hulk Hogan 5.
Yeah.
Medium 5.
Yeah.
So that's Hulk Hogan 11.
Yeah.
But the scale is so flipped on the other side. Effin' Wrestling 632. So Canada Dry out. And remember, just keep fighting.
This has been an Effin' Worldwide Media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effin' wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effin' wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effinwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.